Hello, so today we'll be looking at this pre-calculus kind of question. All right, so follow me closely as we solve. So the first thing we're going to do, because we don't want to deal with fractions, we are going to multiply both sides by 2 minus x. All right, so that means we have 2 minus x here and 2 minus x here. So this cancels this and we have just 1 here equals root x dot 2 minus x. So the next thing we are going to do, we're going to take the square of both sides. So taking the square, because they're together now, so taking the square of both sides, this cancels this and this square on this one remains. So we have 1 here and we have our x into the bracket 2 minus x and 2 minus x. All right, so we open the bracket. We have firstly this one to give us 4, to give us minus 2x, to give us minus 2x, to give us plus x squared. Next, we'll open the bracket again with the x, put it inside, 4x minus, this will give us minus 4x. So when we multiply it with this, it gives us minus 4x squared. And this gives us x cubed. You get that? Remember our 1. So we're going to move this one again and make everything look the way it ought to be. X cubed minus 4x squared plus 4x minus 1 equals 0. So that is it. This is how it looks. So the first thing we're going to do, we should note that x equals to 1 or x equals 1 is, note, x equals 1 is a root of this equation. It's a root of this equation. Okay, so we are going to do it in this format. We're going to divide. I don't know if you know how to divide a polynomial. Well, you'll learn that one here. All right, so since we know that x equals to 1 is the root of this equation, we are going to take 1 to this side to make it x minus 1 so we can divide this polynomial. So first of all, x into this will give us x squared. Okay, so multiply it, we'll have x cubed. X squared times minus 1 will give us minus x squared. And so we subtract. This goes minus 4 minus times minus plus. Minus 4 plus 1 will give us minus 3x squared plus 4x. So x into this will give us minus 3x. When we multiply, we have minus 3x squared. This times this plus 3x. Sorry about that. Then we subtract again, this goes. All right, and then 4 minus times plus is minus. So 4 minus 3, that's just x. We bring down minus 1. Sorry about that again. X into this, so x minus 1 into x minus 1 is just 1 plus 1. So that will give us the same thing and 0, 0 when we subtract. So what we have is the two equation, x minus 1 and x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals 0. So from here, we already know that this is x minus 1 equals 0 or x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals 0. So this will give us x equals to 1. We know that already from here. All right, so this one, we can use the formula method or completing the square whichever one we want, but I think we should go with the almighty formula, the formula method. B squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So our b is minus 3 squared minus 4 dot 1 dot 1 to 1. That gives us 3 plus or minus square root of this gives us 9 and minus 4 all over 2. This would give us, right, this would give us 3 plus or minus 5 all over 2. So these are the two values again that we have aside from x equals 1. So these are like x2 and x3. Okay, so but if we should substitute, we have x equals to 1, we have x equals 3 plus root 5 all over 2, we have x equals to 3 minus root 5, 3 minus root 5 all over 2. So these are the values for x that we have. But if we should substitute this value for x in this equation, this particular one equation, we are going to have a value less than 0. So we won't be going with this one. So finally, you can go ahead and substitute to confirm what I'm saying. Finally, that equation has just two solutions. X equals 1 and 3 minus root 5 all over 2. So that is it. Easily and super simple.